Peace and prosperity be unto all who's listening or watching. It's your girl, Shaeranea, right? And I'm back with another video. And today we're going to do unpopular opinions. My first unpopular opinion is, since this coronavirus, I believe this is the first thing the United States has taken seriously. If they took in action the way they, like they do on this coronavirus, for crime, for rape cases, for murder, for injustice like police brutality or the abuse to citizens or something like that, this country would be so much better. I believe that aliens exist, and I believe that we're not the only species besides, the regular animals and us. It's more out here than it's seen and is said to seem. Though they make tons of movies and different things to allow you to know that there's real crazy stuff going on in this world, I believe there is more species than just us. Also, I believe teachers deserve to get paid way more than they do. I don't believe teachers should have to work two jobs and pay, work two jobs, okay? They should be able to pay their mortgage and their bills with just one job. They shouldn't have to work 2 or 3 jobs just to give up. Teachers teach everybody. I also believe that the bullcrap courses that they give you in school, they need to trash and burn that BS and give them something worthy of learning, something that will help them in a crash course for life, like real structure, balancing bills and managing money and buying assets, like stuff that really matters, and teach the real history of things, stuff that matters. Stop whitewashing our history in general. Teach the facts. Let kids read the right books, Let kids be prepared for the world. Stop hindering them from the world that they're going to be into. I also believe that mothers are the reason why we have a large percentage of lazy men. Well, mostly because women baby their sons and they're really hard on their daughters. Now, I get it, based on our genetic disposition, we're naturally born to grow up faster. Women actually start thinking about baby names at, at the age of 12 in the 8th grade. Early on in their life, starting having, sex early on, because women are more likely to be touched at an early age, or some older guy will bring a girl into that early on in her life. So naturally, genetically, we're going to grow up a lot faster. But I believe that women should be a lot more tougher on their sons growing them up. Like, it shouldn't be such a one standard. It should be, I want my son to be responsible. I want my son to be a good man to a woman when he gets older. I want him to be able to take care of things. Like, we got these lazy people out here, okay? Raise your sons better. Because naturally, when these young boys grow up, the large reason of why women complain, and they're the ones raising these boys. Women raise the boys that grow up to be men. It's not your fault you had to do it alone, but it is your fault that you spent your time babying them and not making them be responsible. Yeah, let them play on the game, but make sure that they learn a little obligation early on in their life. Teach them some structure, stability. Teach them how to manage their lives. You can't be hard on women and then not start being hard on boys, because boys need a little hard too. And this is where the problem is. Them having a split standard between women and men. We all have to grow up to be adults. What is the true difference? One grows up before the other, but that doesn't mean one shouldn't have neither one of them deserves to go without responsibility. We both need responsibility early on in our lives. It will help us be greater adults. That's all that I'm trying to say. It'll help you be a greater adult, okay? And you won't be a lazy sack of crap out here in this world. My other opinion is I don't believe people should abuse animals because animals can't talk. I mean, they could talk in their own language, in their own way, but they can't talk verbally like us. My other thing is, I don't understand how people believe in a infinite universe. They believe in science. I get it. Science is the proof that energy and all the, spirituality and all that stuff exists. But how is it you believe in an infinite world, an infinite universe, infinite time, but you don't believe in God? I don't get it. And it has nothing to do with religion, okay? Also, I believe that people should stop teaching religion, okay? In my true opinion, I believe that people need to teach relationship with God, okay? Spirituality, for one. People should stop teaching religion because religion is the divide of man. And I get it. We're all different. We all come from different ethnics, different groups of race, different groups of mixture of people, of culture. I get all that. But religion is what divide and set man apart. Our indifferences are what set us apart, but we have a lot more in common than the eye can see. So if you focus on the commonalities of what we have, then focusing on our indifferences, this world could be a way better place. Also, I also believe that because men have to grow up the way without fathers and the way that they were wired up and created to be, they have a lot harder life than we women do. Their life is a lot harder than our lives, okay? Especially dealing with emotions. They don't have father figures or male role models in their lives to teach them how to cope with emotions or behave better, or all these things have led up to this point in our society where it's really tough for men. Also, I want to bring back to the point where I believe that we already have it hard enough in the homes where it's not many men in the home, right? Not many men in the home. Our men are either locked up, killed by police brutality, killed by, self-inflicted crimes, whether it's gang violence or homosexuality, right? Because that's also taking our men too. What else? Just a whole lot of different stuff, right? Taking away our man. So this world has become very feminized, whether it be to our men or the fact that, it seems to be more women than it is males. Now, my other unpopular opinion is I don't believe that there is more women in the world than there is men. This fact being is because that every time you look on Facebook or social media, you see this large amount of women missing, right? You see all these women missing. No one's being found. No one knows where they are. They're missing. Little girls, all these women are missing. Then you see the other news. Males getting shot. Gang violence or, prison being taking their lives, right? You have just as amount of men missing as you have women. So I think the scale of missing women and men are at a large high. I believe Corona is a strategy to distract everyone from what's really going on. Because where the action is truly happening, the spotlight is on Corona. Like, where the spotlight is, the action is not happening. You guys gotta be aware and pay attention, and don't let the chaos corrupt you into believing that this is the ultimate point. It's not. And if you're not focused on moving forward, right? Moving forward, working on your ideas, working on your dreams, taking this downtime in a serious manner. If you're not taking this seriously in a way where, you're making a way to increase ways of income flow in your household, working on your business and your ideas, spending quality time with your family, because a lot of you complain about not having the quality time with your family, but now that you have quality time, it's a problem. Like, right? Parents, I've seen more parents. I get it. Okay, it's good and bad. Okay, you losing financially, but on an abundant level, on a quality level, when it comes to family, you get to spend time with your children. You get to spend time with your husbands, wives. You get to spend time with your people, right? And in this time, you should value the good of the result that you got. Though this time has become very hard for all of us financially, we get to spend more time with our families. Because when you were working that 9 to 5 or that 12 to 12 hour job, you weren't able to see your children. You weren't able to kiss them on the forehead and let them go to sleep. Like, you get this quality time to spend with your family and your children. Isn't that great? Okay, it's great. The government has come up with a bill that he's going to give back to a large amount of the Americans, which I believe that is a great thing. Also, I believe that this is the most serious thing they've ever taken in, the whole entire United States, of things that happen over the years. Like, this is the only thing that I've seen them actually take very seriously. Besides immigration. And they was on top of immigration for what? The Mexicans work harder than half the people in this, in United States, okay? They work harder than half the people in the United States. Half of you guys. Americans are lazy, okay? You didn't want your kids to stay at home with you. You wanted them, it's expensive to feed all those kids. But you had all those kids and you knew the outcome. So what are you complaining about? Simple fact is, society, we're going into a recession. And it was hard to live back in the 90s when my mother had me. Back in the 90s. If it was hard in the 90s, we're in the 2020 century. Imagine how hard it is in this century to provide a life and home that is suitable for living. If people were just getting by back then in the 90s, we're in the 20th century, okay? It's really hard because technology is advancing. Everything has advanced, and things are it's a lot more ways to make money online, making it even harder, making the competition even high. Meaning you have to double down on your work ethics to make the suitable life that you desire. So, raising 3 kids in the 90s was really hard and getting by. Raising kids in the 2020 is, even if you made one paycheck, is not enough to feed your family. And you have to work more than 2-3 jobs just to get by. But what I learned from working 2 to 3 jobs is that you get nowhere fast. It doesn't help. It weakens your health. It puts you in a bad position where you can either fall asleep driving, you're not getting enough rest. It can do a lot of things to you mentally, physically, emotionally, and you can really ruin your health behind working like an alcoholic drunk. So find new advocates to learn how to increase your income flow. Buy assets, buy stocks, learn how to trade, understand the markets. Find ways to make money online. Increase your capability and talents in all aspects, right? Also, children. I believe there's a lot going on in this world. You know what I don't like about Americans, right? You have all these kids, but you don't pay them no attention. You don't give them the attention, the affection that they deserve, that they desire. Most of you guys act like you're too grown to play around with your kids. Like, enjoy time with them, enjoying playing with them. You're never too old to play with your kids, okay? You're never too old to be involved. You're never too old to be active, read books. Teach them everything that you never knew. Give them everything that you never had, but it's better to give them a room full of books than buy all the toys in Walmart. Because that is more powerful, to give them all the knowledge in the world. And more so of what God has to offer. So it's better to have knowledge than it is to have all the material things of the world. Because knowledge is power, but only when you use that knowledge to apply on your daily lives, right? Also, kids not being watched on the playgrounds, out in the yards by themselves, playing. You're all in your phones. I get it. You guys, you want to get things done around the house. Pay your kids attention. Because it don't take long to snatch a child and they be gone forever. The missing rates in this country is higher than anywhere else. You need to take better care of your kids. It is a fact. It is not even an opinion. These are not even opinions at this point. But they are opinions, okay? Because to each his own. Kids yelling outside at the top of their lungs. And you would think they got hurt. And then that's all you hear all day. But imagine if a child really started to yell and they really needed help. They really needed help. Someone grabbed them, ran off, and tried to take them and put them in a van. They're yelling. So you would think no different about it, because children are always yelling outside, in the house, wherever they are. Children are always yelling. No one's paying attention to them. So it's crying wolf. Because when the time comes that they actually need you, you wouldn't know the difference, because you pay no attention between them yelling with no reason and yelling out of distress or help. Pay your children attention. Give them the education that they need. Prepare them for the world. Because if you don't teach your children the things in which this world will teach them, you might as well let the world have them. Because by not preparing them for the world, by not teaching them things beforehand, when the world teaches your children the things that you are afraid to teach them, the way that they teach them, you may not like it. So I suggest that you all be more active with those beloved babies, those bundles of joy that come in this world with innocence. Had no desire to be here, didn't make themselves. You brought them here. So you make it better for all of them, both boys and girls. Boys deserve a future as well as girls. You can't make a future for women if you're not going to make a future for men. That's a fact. Also, we need to bring back the importance on literacy and reading. I get it. And cursive writing. I know we're getting to a digital age where we no longer have to sign a lot of papers. Like, we no longer have to do applications in person. Everything's online. Everything's fast paced. Everything is on the digital devices. So get advanced with the times. Get the times or get left behind is what they say. So let's get involved with getting advanced with the time. Don't be the time, but get knowledge of what's going on around you so that you always informed of what's going on in the world. So yes, literacy. Teach your children how to read. It's many people in this world that don't know how to read. Now, I can suggest that if you don't know how to read, you can listen to audiobooks. It's many ways that you can help yourself. You can learn how to read. You can read, paper copy books. You can get audios off YouTube or any social media platforms that allows you to listen to audios. Listen to motivational videos that help your mind, because naturally the mind is negative, but you have to program your mindset into thinking and seeing things clearly. So clarity, having a better perspective and a way of seeing things. Like right now, yes, financially we're at a crisis, but when it comes to time, quality time with those you love and being close with them, you are at a win-win, because you get to know the things about your children, the things that have been going on with your children, that because you're so busy working, you haven't had the time to know. It's the time now to take advantage of all the things that you can take advantage of. Also, eating healthy. I'm not against it. I believe that we all should eat way healthier. We should stop drinking energy drinks, stop drinking coffee, stop drinking natural things like tea. I do drink coffee, but I do believe that we should work off bad habits by putting a new habit there, which I believe tea is a great replacement. Natural teas are good. I could suggest teas in another video. But, like I said, break from the habit of, putting bad things in your body. Increase your ability to drink water. Yeah, a lot of people be like, you drink water? I never drink water. Ugh. Water's good for your body. Your body is like almost 100% water. This earth is almost 100% water. Okay? We are nothing without water. We could not last to live longer than 3 days. Now, certain people can live a lot longer off not having water. Depends on their body mass, and the amount of water that they have within their body, and based on the amount of water that they drink. But, based on the situation or wherever you are stranded, there's no real telling until that point of time comes. So why not be prepared for these things? Why not be prepared? Drink more water, because your body naturally needs water to improve and grow your hair and, just give you a fresh feeling, like that feeling you get when you take a shower. When you in the shower, you feel fresh and new. It's the same way your body feels internally, externally, spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. Feels revived and anew when you give yourself water and, provide yourself with the nutrients, with fruits and vegetables, and eating a plant-based diet and healthier way of living. Yes, it costs a whole lot of money to make a living and eat healthy and work out. You can work out from home. You don't have to get a gym membership, okay? Everybody feels like they have to go pay. You can figure out productive ways to prevent from spending money than going to go spend your money, okay? You don't have to spend your money at all these fast food restaurants. You can invest your money into more powerful things like a business or whatever your ideas are. Stop procrastinating on your ideas, okay? It's not the time to procrastinate. It's not the time to play around. Because when things get back on track, you guys, is it going to get back on track smoothly for you? Because, you're focused, you're getting things done, you're working on increasing cash flow in your home. Read more books, listen to more audios, work on yourself, work on your ideas, really get involved. Work on your, the things that you're weak in. Work on your strengths, but mostly work on your weaknesses, because those are really important for self-growth. Also, you guys, in the world where there's a lot of hate and a lot of indifference and a lot of divide, I want you guys all to work on uplifting each other, motivating each other, empowering each other, speaking life and words into each other, and enlightening each other. Not being a know-it-all, but being somebody who's able to tell, information, being somebody who is able to be corrected and understand that they're wrong at times. You don't have to be right all the time. I'm not right all the time, but I'm right when I'm right, okay? I accept when I'm wrong, and I take that with me, Reflect, be better people. I may make a part 2 on unpopular opinions, but I hope you guys have a prosperous day. Love you all.